Hey, what up, y'all? It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. Yep, it's Recast Wednesday, and we're gonna hit y'all up from the hero's journey perspective. Hero's journey, what's that? Well, let me tell you, man. Let's be real with D-Real. Hello and welcome to another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. So before we get off into what we're going to get off into, let's take care of the particulars. Comment, like, and subscribe to the Be Real with D-Real page so you can get new alerts when new material is up on the page, and so you can pump up my algorithm so that people will see me more and comment more and like more and subscribe more. See how that works? If you're digging what I'm shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. That is the way it works. We're going to grow. We're going to grow together. Anyway, since it's Recast Wednesday, I want to come at y'all from this angle. There was a book out that has been out for quite some time by an author by the name of Bill Campbell, and it is called The Hero's Journey. Now, what this book talks about is no matter what it is, if it's a novel, if it's a movie, if it's a TV show, that arc of that particular protagonist takes a journey. And that journey is from the perspective of where this individual wants to go, what they want to do. So in other words, let me break it down to you like this right here. I got to do all of this fun stuff first. All right, that's Groovesville. But real quick, like boom and boom and boom. There we go. All right. The hero's journey. Okay, if you look at this chart here, I hope you can see it. If you look at this chart here, it starts out, there are three worlds. Well, two worlds, actually. You got the ordinary world, the special world, and then you're back to the ordinary world. That journey begins, as you can see, with a call to adventure. What a call to adventure is, and what it's describing basically, is there's an event, whether it's a death or a threat or something happening that sends this character on his adventure. All right. Initially, the character refuses to accept what his destiny is because they have other things on their mind. They might have revenge on their mind. They might have, just kind of shutting down and not wanting to interact. Okay. Then they meet their mentor, whoever their mentor is, does what a mentor does. We cross the threshold, and then as you can see, when we cross the threshold, that's into another world, and that special world is like, for example, with the Black Panther, that's dealing with the things in Wakanda. That's dealing with communicating with the ancestors on the astral plane. You've crossed the threshold from the ordinary world into the extraordinary world, and that includes tests, allies, and enemies, ordeals. And then at the end of all of that is a reward, and that reward is a revelation, which brings you back. And it says revelation towards the end. Okay. Revelation, resurrection, resurrection, and revelation. As it relates to T'Challa, aka the Black Panther. Most of the time in the cinematic world, a character's journey takes place over an arc. It can also take place over the course of a film. But generally, nowadays, because money's king, it takes place over an arc. And With most of the characters in the MCU, at least the main characters, they got a 3-movie story arc where we were at the beginning of that journey. The first movie was a call to adventure. That second movie was kind of like the ordeal. And then the last movie kind of gets deep off into the payoff where we got reward, resurrection, whatever. Okay, so Iron Man had a 3-movie story arc where he went from a snarky a-hole to a self-sacrificial snarky a-hole. Captain America goes on a journey where he goes from wondering if he's worthy to realizing he's worthy. Thor goes on a journey. He goes on a journey of, his is more mental, okay? But we see that over the course of 3 films. We see that development. We see that growth. Where was that development and growth with the character of T'Challa? We got a call to adventure, and he didn't even get a 3-movie story arc. He just kind of got like a 1.5 movie story arc. He didn't even get a chance, you know, to come into his kingship. He didn't even get a chance to deal with any of the other extraordinary things that were going on in his world. What do I mean by that? T'Challa never got to be a king, okay? He became a king, but he did not get to do king-like things, at least not for an entire movie, okay? We get little glitz and glimpses of his kingship in Infinity War and in Endgame. We get little glitz and flits of who T'Challa is in Civil War. And then you give us one component of the character, not even an entire component, just some. That's never been done to any character in cinema. You've never cut a character's story short before it had a chance to develop and grow, before it had a chance to go on the hero's journey. I submit to you, T'Challa's hero's journey is incomplete. Somebody punch Claw in the gut for no reason. Just had to get that out, man. But ultimately, the journey is about the character. And the character that is T'Challa, excuse me, it's too bright. There. The character that is T'Challa has not been allowed to go on his full journey and make the realization of who he is as a hero. Ryan Coogler, Kevin Feige, Nate Moore, I say to you respectfully, allow that character to have his journey. He hasn't had a journey. He became a king. What else happened? That sounds like that's kind of midway through the journey. We still have a story to tell about T'Challa, but instead of telling T'Challa's story, we choose to end his story. He didn't even get to go on the journey. Sad, truly sad. Do y'all think that makes sense? Does it make sense that his journey is incomplete and nobody cares that his journey is incomplete, that they're just proceeding forward to do whatever? Drop it in the comments, man. And as always, comment, like, and subscribe to the page. I'll be coming back at you. Recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa or else. Recast T'Challa still. Boycott Black Panther Wakanda forever. I'll be back. And when I do come back, I'll be coming back at you with one of them other ones. And until then, y'all be good. Good to each other.